Today we will discuss about why we used to prefer isentropic expansion in place of isenthalpic expansion in Bell-Konman cycle or reverse Britten cycle. Second one, we discuss about the COP value of the if the pressure ratio value will burn for Bell-Konman cycle, then what will be the value of COP? And next one we will discuss about heat rejection ratio. What is heat rejection ratio and what is the formula of the heat rejection ratio? What will happen if the value of the heat rejection ratio is less than 1? So let's we start from very first. That why we used to prefer isentropic expansion in place of isenthalpic expansion in Bell-Konman cycle. In Bell-Konman cycle we used air as a refrigerant, and for the air the value of enthalpy we want to write enthalpy is equal to H is equal to CP dt. Means in Bell-Konman cycle we used refrigerant as a air and we treat air as a ideal gas, and for ideal gas the value of the enthalpy is directly proportional to temperature. Means if we used here isenthalpic expansion, then the temperature of the air after the expansion will remain same. Means in place of air rejecting absorbing heat in the refrigerator, it will absorb the heat, so we want desired effect as a cooling, but we get desired effect as a heating. So for ideal gas enthalpy value is directly proportional to temperature, and if we prefer air isenthalpic process, then temperature will not decrease for the air, and in place of cooling effect we will get heating effect into the refrigerator. So here we used isentropic process in place of isenthalpic process in Bell-Konman cycle. Second one is COP. Yes, I draw the graph of COP and the pressure ratio. For Bell-Konman cycle, if the value of the pressure ratio of will burn, then the COP will tends to infinity. Means as pressure ratio increases, the value of the CP will decrease for Bell-Konman cycle. Here I draw graph also. As you can see, if the value of the pressure ratio is 1, then COP tends to infinity. As we increase the value of the pressure ratio, then COP get decreases. So this is about COP. And the next one is heat rejection ratio. Heat rejection ratio is defined as the ratio of the heat rejected by the condenser across the condenser to that of refrigerator. Heat rejection ratio is defined as heat rejected across the condenser to that of the refrigerator. How we calculate heat rejection ratio? For calculation of heat rejection ratio, this amount of heat we are rejecting in the condenser, and this amount of heat we are rejecting or absorbing across the refrigerator. So we can easily understand QH QL work input, this will TH, this will TL, Q higher, Q lower. We want to write desired effect for refrigerator, then I can write desired effect by work input. We get desired effect in the evaporator, that is we want to cool it. So in cooling we are getting QL amount of heat rejecting, work input will equal to, we can write QL plus work input, because we are supplying heat or refrigerator extracting heat from the lower temperature and we are supplying W amount of bulk, then this will equal to Q higher. Then bulk input will equal to Q higher minus Q lower. As I write Q higher minus Q lower, if we take the QL of the numerator to the denominator of the Q higher, then this will become 1 and this will become the ratio of Q higher by Q lower and this will also become the 1. Then we know QC amount of heat, that is Q higher, we are rejecting in the condenser. This design effect we get in the refrigerator. W amount of bulk we supply in the condenser and the QH amount of heat we reject in the condenser. So this we will get in the condenser and this desired effect we get in the refrigerator. So we can write Q higher by Q lower as QC by refrigeration effect and this will equal to heat rejection ratio. So I can write 1 by heat rejection ratio minus 1. Here I write COP is equal to 1 by heat rejection ratio minus 1 and if we exchange these terms then heat rejection ratio minus 1 is equal to 1 by 1 upon COP. One more interesting thing related to heat rejection ratio is that the value of the heat rejection ratio always greater than 1. If the value of heat rejection ratio is less than 1, then it will violate Clausius statement, that is second law of the thermodynamics. Because if we take the value of the heat rejection ratio less than 1, then it will become negative. So this will violate the Clausius statement of second law of thermodynamics. So if we take this one to that side, then heat rejection ratio is equal to 1 plus 1 upon COP. This is useful for objective purpose. Here we discuss why we prefer isentropic process in place of isenthalpic process. If the value of COP is 1, then how we can draw graph? What is heat rejection ratio? How we can calculate heat rejection ratio? Here we used in Bell-Coleman cycle air as a refrigerant, and for the air the value of the enthalpy is directly proportional to temperature, because in this cycle we treat air as an ideal gas. For ideal gas, enthalpy is directly proportional to temperature. If we used here isenthalpic process, then there is no decrease in temperature. In place of getting cooling, here we get heating. For this purpose, we prefer here isentropic process. One more reason is that because during the cycle there is no phase change taking place in the cycle. In compression and in expander, both place air as ideal gas. So bulk of the expansion cylinder is not negligible as compared to compressor. So one more benefit we get here. But in case of vapor compression refrigeration cycle, here we handle liquid refrigerant. So for value of liquid refrigerant, that is specific volume of liquid refrigerant is very less as compared to vapor refrigerant. So we prefer here for vapor compression refrigeration cycle isenthalpic process, because here we know get negligible amount of bulk as compared to compressor. So this is about isentropic process, COP and the heat rejection ratio. Thank you.